Good morning, dear listener, Coach Gradual. I'm Alex Stepanov, and now I'm in Milan in the training of the Inner Game School, and I'm honored to have an interview with co-founder of the Inner Game School by Timoti Golvi, Renато Ricci. He is a coach. He's a coach and corporate consultant and trainer, and we have the pleasure to interview him about the school and about his visit to Russia with Timoti Golvi and with Socha. Hi.
Hi. Thank you to invite me to this conversation. I hope all people that can watch us can have some learning with this conversation.
Yes.
Thank you to invite me.
Tell us about Timoti Golvi.
Well, Timoti is very known as the precursor of modern coaching. It starts in the 70s in sports area, tennis, specifically in tennis. Yeah. And the method of Tim was a kind of revolution in terms of learning, mainly in the sports, and then came very fast to corporations. And the main principle, or the main concept is we can learn to learn in a different way. We can learn to learn by our own experience and not just by instructions. It's a kind of when we see children starting to walk, starting to talk, they learn by themselves, and Inner Game is based on it, believes on it.
Okay. And please tell us about yourself and Timoti Golvi's Inner Game School.
Yes, the Inner Game School was born 2011. First of all, it was focused in for coaches, experienced coaches, and also leaders. But after 7 years working with our programs, we noticed that all the concepts and the tools of Inner Game are very, very simple, but very, very helpful for everybody. Then that's why we create, and we are moving a little bit now, we create a program called Essentials. That's a one-day program or short program to bring to more people the main concepts, the main ideas of the Inner Game. And those ideas, as at this moment, about 45 years. Then we are not talking about new things, but we are talking about things that in those 45 years was very helpful, mainly in corporations. If you see, for example, modern coaching, business coaching, Timoti, which was an influencer in this area, is very clear. Then the school is now with a mission to bring the legacy of Tim Golvi to more and more people.
Thank you. Please tell us about how did you meet Timoti Golvi?
Well, it was a long time ago. It was not. I'm from Brazil, but it was in Argentina in a workshop, and I was a kind of surprised because Tim has a very different style to teach, not to teach, but to facilitate a workshop. And I was kind of surprised when I saw first time Tim try to work with a woman that never was playing tennis, and in just 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the audience, in the middle of the audience, she was playing very well.
Yeah.
Then that's stood out for me, and I invited him to come to Brazil to a presentation, and then we start. 2 years later, we start the school, and now we are in a great movement to bring the school in different countries, including Russia and others. But with a different mission. In the beginning, we are more worried about to prepare or to rescue the essence of coaching, but at this moment, we are more focused to bring inner game to everybody, every niche. We have today people working, for example, in health area, in education, sports, for sure, and corporate also.
Okay. And why you decided to become the head of this school and maybe dedicated your life to this inner game school and its dissemination in the world?
Well, the first was in 2011. I was invited by Tim to start. We started the first group. We started very, very small, about 30 people working in different modules of our school for about 1 year. And more recently, I'm going to other areas. I'm going to Europe, also taking care of Brazil, but in a different way. In the past, we were looking for schools in each country, but at this moment, we are trying to have more facilitators, more trainers that first has some contact with inner game, has some experience with inner game, and has the interest to promote this, interest to bring this to different persons, to different niches, to different markets. Then it's here in Milan. It was a very good example. You participated. A lot of people, different countries, different backgrounds, very experienced people, and very connected with the concepts and with the main methodology of the inner game. That's why I think it's very important today. We think in terms of school in be a school that can create content, that can share the content. That's why we are looking for persons that can understand well, practice a lot in a game, and then bring the game to other areas. That's our main mission.
Okay. Do you have, in inner game school, some slogan, or you said now about mission, some slogan or some?
Yes. Well, our main is learning from experience. We really believe on it. Instead, you came to one of our classes or workshops or keynotes, just asking to receive information and to process that information. In our way to think, we want that you came to our seminars, to our programs, but open to learn and open for new experience. Because we believe that when you practice, when you use your both areas and you try to do your best or not, you are learning, always learning with all the winners, learning with the bad situations, with the failures sometimes, but how you can learn by yourself. I think this is the motto of inner game.
Please tell us about the programs of the Inner Game School. What kind of programs do you have? For example, from the beginning of this program and after some practice, yes?
Yeah. Well, our first program is called the Inner Game Essentials. It's a short program, sometimes 1 day or sometimes 2 half days, and is the program to show the people the basics and also the history of the inner game, because 45 years you have a lot of cases, very interesting cases, how, for example, how companies starts to put this learning by experience inside. Is an example of Apple. How companies makes a huge movement, huge change, like for example the giant AT&T. And it is 1 day to self-reflection. Self-reflection is a program people like so much. Then we have a second program that's more intense. There's 4 days. It's the fundamentals and the tools, where people can learn more about each point of inner game, each tool of inner game, how to apply with you, how to apply with others. You can be a leader, you can be a coach, you can be a trainer. It doesn't matter. You can go to the program you will like. Also, we have specific programs like the inner game applied for leadership, the inner game applied for sports. A very interesting program that teams loves. That's the inner game of life. It's more in depth. It's more. It's a weekend where all people are invited to think in their purpose of life, in their main goals of life, and in their potentials, in their obstacles, and and also we are now developing specific applications. Like, for example, the inner game in stress or in the well-being, the inner game of sales, and another ones. But I really, if you want to understand better inner game, I invite to come to Essentials. That's the first one. This is the first and easy way to check, to understand, because sometimes inner game, to you understand very well in the game, you must unlearn something.
That's rather difficult.
Oh, you felt this in those 4 days here in Milan. People see in a first picture. People see in a game is so easy. Is not complicated. Very, very simple. But when you stop and you just think how to put this in practice, maybe it's not so easy. Maybe it has some thing to do, like unlearn or like open to new learns. And I am suspect to talk, but the inner game is a very interesting tool, and you can use in every area of your life.
Can you give some practical example of using inner game and maybe incorporate business or sport with good result, with good performance?
There are different and many. One that's very, very important for us because was one of the first ones. It was with AT&T that they were in a very, very difficult situation. The marketing was completely changing. They were coming from a monopoly to an open market. They need to change the minds of many employees, and the team worked directly with them, trying to change the mindset, not just from the low level, but also the high level. And very interesting example how a huge company can very fast completely see the learning and the performance process working together. And also putting a new or summing a new factor, that's enjoyment. Because imagine when you have people coming to work and they are coming every day, and they are not satisfied. Or because the job is not enjoyable, or because the boss is so demanding, or because the company doesn't have a strategy clear, and the engagement in this case go down. Then what we want to do, what we intend to do in all of us approach to corporations is how people, how leaders, how managers can see the performance, the achievement of performance, high performance in a different way. In a way that you have already together learning by experience, also enjoyment environment. It's a mix of three things that can change the results of the company.
What do you think as a coach? What is the difference between being in school and others, maybe coaching school?
Well, we are not a coaching school. We are not a certification school. We receive a lot coaches and trainers from other schools that came to us to bring back the essence of leadership, the essence of coaching. I noticed these days that maybe coaching are so mechanical, step by step, a lot of rules. Do this first,
rules.
and the second step is this, third step. And I don't believe in it because I think every coachee, every employee are different. Then you must see your coachee as a human being first. Then, if I understand this, I can try to help, or can try to facilitate his or her change. We call this mobility here. This is the main difference. I think we have very good schools of coaching, but I think in the last 20 years from now, they've focused so much in techniques, focused so much in bring a lot of tools, complex tools, not easy, complex tools, and sometimes some professions, some coaches, they are not comfortable with this. They are kind of tight.
What should I do?
Yes, I need to do this now. Then what's the next?
Mentoring and
My guideline. I need to follow a guideline, but sometimes the guideline doesn't fit for that human being that you are working with. And we are trying. When we receive coaches, we always said, inner game can work with you. There is no problem. There is no risk. But maybe to improve your coaching, you must unlearn something. Or open your mind, open some space to receive some simple concepts, but that can help you a lot in the process. I think the main difference is that.
I know about your plan to visit Russia with Timothy in autumn. What do you plan to do in November in Russia and other countries?
Yes, we experienced this from 3 years from now. We in different parts of the world, keynotes and also workshops about the inner game of life and in work. It's a
program.
It's a team, yes, team's program. Last year we did the first program in Brazil that was amazing. This year we will repeat in the beginning of the year. And now, yes, we are planning a tour by Europe. Very, very soon you can see in our website all the tour. Yeah. But the idea is that the team can travel to Europe 2 weeks, maybe 15 days, and deliver some keynotes, short keynotes, 2 hours, and maybe a long program, 2 days, that I hope we can do it in Russia.
Sounds secret, maybe.
We are at this moment we are in arrangement. I don't have the schedule to announce now, but yes, we are very open to go to Russia. Very anxious to us to bring in a game to Russia.
You and Timothy have never been.
Team, yes. Team, yes. In the past, I don't know specifically in which kind of event, but team. Years ago, we stayed in, I think this was in St. Petersburg or Moscow, and no, I never visited, and I'm very excited to go there.
Yeah, welcome to Russia.
Thank you.
Maybe do you have some message to our future participants?
Yeah, well, the first is, I think, is you can reach some. There are a lot of material in internet and YouTube also. You can reach Tim Golvi or The Inner Game of Tennis. That's the main book. Do you have The Inner Game of Tennis in Russian?
Yes.
Yes, you can read maybe the book, because this is the first contact, and I think you like, because when Tim wrote the book The Inner Game of Tennis in the 70s. He wrote the book for tennis players, but the book sold more than 1 million copies. Then it's not for tennis players. Yeah. If you don't like tennis, the book is for you. And this is the first point. And go to our website, because very soon we will announce the events. And I hope to see you, your audience, in personally in Russia.
And before, maybe in September, we have a big international conference, Coaching with Stars. And we invite you and Timothy to announce about your autumn visit in this conference. Yes, and maybe you can tell us or explain us about your visit more concretely.
Yeah, sure.
Details.
For sure, we're very open to help. And we know that Russia is a huge country, and I think in the game we can help a lot. And it's interesting, because we are trying to say that in a game it doesn't matter the culture, it doesn't matter the religion, it doesn't matter if you are a boss or if you are an employee, if you are an entrepreneur, priest. You can have some positive points from inner game, for sure.
Thank you very much for such interest.
It was a pleasure.
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, very exciting to welcome you in Moscow, in Russia.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you all. I hope to see you soon in Russia.